Wat Tambor is being unlocked by guilds right now as we speak through the Geonosian territory battle, and I was actually able to get my hands on some early gameplay footage of him as well, with some different separatist teams and other teams in Arena. Let's dive right into it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Wat Tambor. Obviously, I do not have him unlocked yet. You can see I'm only at 40 out of 80 shards. Probably gonna be about another month before I can unlock him. But I do want to give a big shout out to Mandalore over in MAW, who gave me a lot of footage of him testing out Wat, and he's actually been doing a lot of stuff over the next several weeks with Wat as well. So do go check out his channel. There is a link to it down below. He's been doing a lot of Wat Tambor recordings in Arena and other stuff as well. Really trying to see what we can figure out with him. And right now the options are kind of limited because, you know, we only really have Arena. There's nothing you can do with Grand Arena yet, obviously, because, you know, that was before you could unlock Wat. So you don't have that going for you. But covering what you're going to see in the videos with him, you're actually going to see several abilities at the start of the match. And actually, the icons don't match up with swgoh.gg, which confused me for a minute. I had to confirm with Mandalore. But on the far right, you're actually going to see 3 different tech pieces. And you can see the descriptions listed here of what those tech pieces are going to do and where they're highlighted on the screen, just so you guys can go ahead and get those 3 pieces of technology for yourself. You're going to have the shield generator, you're going to have the med pack, and then you're going to have the weapon mod, each of them giving different abilities for different characters. And obviously, based on what the bonuses for those tech pieces, you're going to put them on certain characters. Like, obviously, you're going to put the shield generator on tanks, and you're going to put the weapon mod on some character who does a lot of damage, like, say, General Grievous. So it's basically going to be a situational thing, and of course you will want to make sure that you have him fully upgraded. If you do have the full upgrades for Wat, he actually has this unique ability where he takes a bonus turn at the start of a match. Obviously, it doesn't require a Zeta, which is great for him because you can go ahead and get this fully upgraded without having to invest Zetas. But where his Zeta is going to come into play is going to be on his ability Discharge Energy, where it will revive a random Separatist or Darkside Droid ally at 100% health. So this is going to be the Zeta for Wat Tambor, and really, honestly, right now, outside of the Geonosian territory battle, not really sure this is something worth investing a Zeta on. So this is something you can put aside Zeta mats for down the road once you're going to be able to use him in the territory battle, because then his revive is really going to be something that's really important. But as a whole right now, since it's so isolated to Separatists and Darkside droids, not necessarily something that's a really great Zeta. It's kind of niche for a lot of teams out there, and honestly, looking at some of the ideas we already have for this character, not sure that it's really ever going to see a lot of use. So with that, let's go ahead and start diving into some gameplay and different teams that Mandalore used in his gameplay. So the obvious teams to use him with are going to be something with Separatist synergy, so a Dooku lead, or a Newt lead, or even a General Grievous droid team. That's where you're going to get the most synergy for Wat. But the problem that we're finding so far is that at 4 stars, Wat's not reliably staying alive most of the time. He doesn't have the synergy with a General Grievous team where he is put into stealth for 1 turn, and even if he was, the bonus turn would automatically take him out of that stealth. So he's very easily targetable with that General Grievous team. People can easily pick him off, and since he's at 4 stars, he doesn't have a lot of health and protection yet. Once you get up to 7 stars and you can get that the 6-dot mods on him, you actually want to go for health on Wat because he gets a lot of synergy with bonus health. So getting bonus health and stacking up that health through mods is the best way to go, and that's why you want to go for speed and health mod sets on Wat. Keep him fast, also boost his health. But at 4 stars, you're not really getting a lot of that boost because he's still missing a lot of stats. There's a lot of stats differences between 4 and 7 stars. Plus, you can't get him to gear 12, so you're running a gear 11 character in Arena at this point with gear 13. Not exactly a viable option. So this is something to keep in mind with the footage, is that, yeah, right now, Wat at 4 stars, not exactly going to be a character you can keep alive most of the time. So most of the teams you're going to run him with right now aren't exactly viable ones for him because he has to do so much. He actually dies so often. So there is that problem, but you can still find some pretty good options out for him out there. There's Dooku leads with Newt. that you can use. A General Grievous is actually one that Mandalore tried quite a bit, and he tried a full Grievous team with Wat Tambor instead of Droideka, and he tried against a Padme team. He was very limited in his options for Arena, so it didn't really work out that well. But he was able to kill the Padme team after like 4 or 5 minutes, finally got it at the end. But as a whole, Wat just doesn't bring a lot to the table right now with some of these teams because he's so easily picked off. So if he's not going to be someone you can really throw on defense because he can be picked off there, he's much better used as a offensive character because at least you can try and keep him alive at that point. Right now, he's just not good for someone to throw on defense. So do keep that in mind when you're using Wat Tambor, but also make sure that that you have some characters around who can tank for him as well. That is something to keep in mind. But right now, there are plenty of other options to use Wat with outside of the General Grievous or the Dooku leads, and there are going to be a lot of videos over that with that in the coming months, most likely, especially because there is not a lot that's tying him to being used solely on a Separatist team. His tech pieces, they don't have to be used just with Separatists. They give bonuses to any character, and you can actually use this to get some really interesting bonus leads out there. And the obvious one is going to be Admiral Akbar, where you can use that bonus tech with Admiral Akbar, and you can use that to give tech pieces to someone very quickly, but because it's a non-combat move, it's going to call assists under that Admiral Akbar lead, and pretty much everything that Wat does is just like Hermit Yoda under the Akbar lead, it's going to call assists. So using Akbar with something like Han, Chewie, then throwing in Wat, and throwing in, you can use Hermit Yoda, get more assists, or you can use someone else, and you're going to get a lot of assists with your Rebel characters there, between Hermit Yoda and Wat, just spamming a lot of assists there. That's something to really consider with this character, is Admiral Akbar seems like a pretty cool option, and something that you can definitely try with him as well, so that is something to keep in mind. Now, me personally, I really want to see using Wat Tambor with clones. I've got some ideas with clones, but this is the beautiful thing about Wat Tambor is look at him like Hermit Yoda. He has great synergy with a certain faction, like Hermit Yoda has great synergy with Jedi, Wat Tambor's gonna have great synergy with Separatists, but there's so much more you can use Wat with, and this I think is what can't be said enough about him, is that he's going to be very much a plug-and-play character. I know right now the footage just doesn't look that impressive, like he's not making a lot of differences, but also consider he's in Arena against Darth Revan, Jedi Revan, and Padme, and he's in Separatist teams that just aren't quite built to be solid counters to those. So this is not, it gives you a good impression of what he's going to play like, but at the same time, you have to keep in mind that right now, he's at 4 stars, he's only gear 11, so he doesn't have 6-dot mons, he doesn't have a lot of that bonus health and protection, he's gonna die pretty quickly if someone focuses him down. So that is something to consider, is right now he doesn't look impressive, but he's also handicapped compared to what you're seeing in the footage. So there's a lot to be looking forward to with Wat, and that is the beautiful thing here, is that he is going to be someone we can put into any faction or any team regardless of who's in there and see what happens. I mean, he has different tech pieces that benefit different characters, like obviously the shield generator. You go and put that on tanks because that allows them to constantly taunt and help regenerate their health and protection. The weapon mod is going to give a lot of boosts of damage to someone, and if that person with the weapon mod defeats an enemy character, that character cannot be revived, which is huge, because that is a great way to help prevent revives. You only have certain characters like Nihilus or the Death Mark through Revan or Death Trooper, or even Boba Fett and Jango Fett with their abilities that prevent revives. So having Wat Tambor here with his weapon mod, which can prevent revives, that is a very big deal, and you can put that on some characters who can do a lot of damage and just watch them wipe out character after character and know that they are obviously going to really help prevent revives on the enemy team and really do some damage. That's a pretty big one. That weapon mod is the one I'm most excited to looking forward to, because I want to see what I can do with damage on characters, and also that weapon mod allows those characters to ignore defense, which is also big. So even with someone low armor penetration is gonna get a great boost from that weapon mod too. Now the med pack, that one's kind of a situational thing, because you're gonna have to determine someone who's taking a lot of turns, or someone who's not going to get a lot of benefit from either the shield generator or the weapon mod, that med pack is more sort of like a constant heal for that character. So possibly use it on someone who's squishy or someone who's going to be moving a lot to really get a lot of benefit from that piece. What I'm basically going for here is that don't limit yourself with Wat Tambor, and this is something to keep in mind as you're working your way towards unlocking him. I know a lot of people are going to be a month or two away from unlocking Wat, but this is something to look forward to, and start thinking of different teams you can use Wat with and see who you can synergize them with just to get those tech pieces out there and see who that's going to boost up. I mean, this is going to be the best thing about Wat, is that he's probably going to help boost some team up to the next level just with those technology pieces and seeing what he can do with that. So overall, Wat Tambor, he does look sort of unimpressive in Arena, but that's against the meta teams. But the utility with what he brings with his tech pieces, that is what is super important about him. And that is why I think that Wat Tambor is going to be a very good character in the long run, because he's going to have a lot of great abilities that's going to help boost any kind of team that he comes across, and that's probably going to put him in the upper tier of characters in the game right now. So let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think of Wat Tambor so far with what you're seeing? Do you guys have ideas for different teams out there? Let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think? As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. A big thank you once again to Mandalore. Do go check out his channel. There's a link to it in the video description down below. Thank you so much, Mandalore, for sending me this footage. As always, guys, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you guys later.